This podcast is sponsored by Darling Eyewear. Activate your alter ego with Darling Eyewear and start seeing life through a different set of lenses. Shop darlingeyewear.com. Tell them Demetrius Lee and Angela Lee in the Lee Life Experience Podcast sent you. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to a new episode of the Lee Life Experience Podcast. You have Andy and Demetrius here. We will be your hosts for this evening. We want to tell you thank you. Thank you, those of you who have been rocking with us. Thank you as you listen to us on your way to and from work or whatever your daily activities is on all your streaming platforms for podcasts. And if you are new here, hey, how you doing? Welcome. And we hope you don't be selfish with us and go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. So anyway, if you would like to get your topics heard, or if you would love to be a guest here, and even if you want to show up anonymously, you don't even want your camera on, baby, we can accommodate. You want to do that by texting 833-370-1608. Put relationships in the comment. So without an S, so I'll know exactly what you want, and I promise you we will get back in touch with you as soon as we can. So Demetrius, how you doing today?
Just look behind the budget. Thank you for asking. And
You
thank you
acting
for
a little
telling all these.
stiff. Loosen up. You acting
I
a
am.
little stiff.
I got to pay attention to you. Yeah, thank you. I like you telling everybody, hey, like she said, appreciate y'all just for riding with us and show the love. Hey, give us a thumbs up, give us a like.
Absolutely.
Help the algorithm out, cause you know how YouTube is. Hey, hit the like button, get a comment in there, but we can get this thing moving. Reach more people we can reach.
So listen, so Demetrius, we are going to some sunny. You know, the weather has not been the best over on our side of town, but we're gonna head down to Miami, Florida.
Oh, email from Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
all right, so let's go.
I wish I was down in Miami. Don't
Yeah,
you?
that's what I'm saying. Need a little sun. All right, listen, dear Lee Life Experience Podcast. My name is Jamie, and I'm reaching out from the sunny Miami, Florida. I want to share my story, which has been quite a roller coaster over the last couple of years. At the beginning of 2024, my life took a dramatic turn when my ex-wife left me during a challenging period marked by financial struggle that had plagued us for 2 years. I have been trying to maneuver through the difficulties, telling her to hang on in there. I had invested half of my car accident settlement of 2022 into the stock market. Believed that it would pay off in time. Unfortunately, my vision didn't resonate with her. She felt overwhelmed and ultimately walked away, leaving me feeling abandoned for dead. Fast forward to February 8th, 2025. I am writing this letter not only to share my experience, but to highlight that I have turned things around against all odds, thanks to those investments. I'm on the brink of becoming a millionaire. It is incredible how life can shift when you stay committed to your vision, even when others don't believe in it. Thank you for allowing me to share my journey. I hope it inspires others who may be facing similar challenges. Warm regards, Jamie. So, Demetrius, I'm going to let you go because I feel like you know a little bit about, challenges in a marriage. You know a little bit about, being, after the separation, being abandoned. So those rushing emotion from a man, I'm sure, self-esteem, a feeling of worthlessness and not being adequate. And again, but you got this big dream and you hoping it'll pay off. But when you the only one believing in the dream. So Demetrius, what can you give a little more excitement to Jamie, and then being able to talk to some Jamies that's out there that still they haven't came up yet. They still on the struggle with just a brink of a dream.
First thing, Jamie don't need no help right now. Hey, Jamie. Hey, man, my name is Demetrius Lee. How about email it back again, man? Tell me what some of those stocks you invested in, buddy. What you in? Cause I love the stock market too. Hey, send me a few of them things. But nah. But all serious, Jamie. Hey man, I'm proud of you, man. Like I say, I'm able to stop for real too. I really do mess with it. But I'm glad you better bounce back. You know, your vision came true to you. You know, a lot of people don't wait around the vision. They see a vision. Everybody can't see your vision, man. Only God gave you that vision, you know, but you need people to believe in you. When you see that vision, you know, you have somebody beside you, like your wife, that trust. But hey, I don't know your wife, so I'm not gonna talk about her, but it seemed like she didn't believe in your vision, man. Like she was getting frustrated. Cause man, money issue do cause a problem in a relationship. It will cause a problem. Sometimes she got kind of frustrated with you, man. I wish she would have stuck around and hungry and seeing what's going on now. I wonder what she's doing now. What y'all got going? I wonder if she trying to come back or she trying to get her cut out of it. I don't. He didn't say it divorce, did it? I don't think he said it. Just separated with a divorce.
It's separated.
Okay, separated.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jamie, man, back what I was saying. Proud of you, man. I'm glad you stuck to your gun, and I'm glad you believe what you believe in. Cause a lot of people, you know, you got a lot of younger people. They'll start something. We had to the podcast. Start, but how you finish. You know, they started, but they won't finish it, man. And it seemed like you finished what you started. I don't know, did you finish what you started because you had no choice or that was your plan? But whatever worked out, man, worked out for you. And you said you almost a millionaire. You got my attention now, brother. You got my attention. And I wish I can talk to your wife. I'm gonna say this to your wife, ex-wife, or whatever it is, separated wife, whatever she's gonna be to you, ma'am. You got to when people got vision and you have a vision, I mean, everybody have God gave everybody a vision. Maybe you can't see what he was talking about, but you gotta believe in the man. You believe in nothing married him, so you should believe what he was talking about. I wish you would have stayed with him and get to enjoy what's going on, the fruits of his labor. But I don't know where y'all gonna be at, you know. I just feel like you made a rational decision off emotional, maybe money. I know money do it now. Cause they saw with no Dolce and going to your relationship, just like it's like you got frustrated with it. Probably I ain't gonna keep talking out, but I'm gonna let you easy him. Hey, I'm proud of you, Jamie. I'm coming back, man. I ain't forgot. I'm coming back to you. Go ahead, but what you think? What you think she left for?
I don't think it's like a reason for like leaving. I'm sure that that financial strain it will end a marriage, it end any relationship, especially when you waiting on you took the investment, your settlement money. And I don't know if y'all had communication issues, but from the look of it, I can pretty much believe that if you took majority of the money to put in the stock market and y'all didn't communicate that, I'm just gonna run it back and I'm gonna just say for me.
It's like he communicated with, but she didn't like his decision for doing it.
Yeah, say she wasn't played out. But I'm just only saying that when you're in a relationship and this kid can be married, long-term relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, significant others, roommates, whatever you call it, somebody has to be able to be a saver and somebody else have to be the other person is a spender, whatever the weakness part is. But being able to have a common goal, like I said, and I have mentioned, and those of you, if you just not following us, go back to episode 1 and you'll be able to hear Demetrius and I's story and our testimony about it. But what I enjoy about Demetrius and the reason why one of my biggest things of coming back to him was that when I lay all the chess out, when all the checkers out on the board, Demetrius was a man with a plan. When we were staying with my mom in a single wide trailer in the trailer park. And by the time I got pregnant, the responsibilities grew because he was like, okay, I got a baby now. He already had an outside child, had a child from a previous relationship, but she wasn't with him. But now that him and I was together and now we have our own child, growing our own family, Demetrius had to make some adjustments off life. And with him making those adjustments off life, he was like, Angie, I'm gonna get you out of here. Because again, my sister was having children, she was staying with, all of us staying there. My mom was there, me and Demetrius was there, here I am pregnant, so it was a growing thing. So Demetrius had to be the one that with the man with the plan. And when he decided, because of the job that he had, he was around other people grown people, older people that was able to influence his mindset to think about building a house. My mindset wasn't on building a house because, again, I'm from the trailer park. So my mindset wasn't thinking that way. And yes, Demetrius and I is an age difference, but I still want to tell you about mentality. That when you are around people and you all have a common goal, that if you, Jamie, and I'm just gonna say your wife, if you and your wife was around other people, like other investors, she would have been able to see the dream because she would have been able to see other people that were successful at it. When you are the only one that's talking that kind of foreign language, it's easy for people to dismiss it. It's easy for other people to be in her ear who haven't did the stock, who's not doing stock, who don't know about a legacy, that don't know about investment, to guess what? To minimize your dream. And it's gonna work against you every time. And I'm saying it because Demetrius and I, when we reconciled and came back, my mindset had been expanded. I knew I had already introduced Demetrius. Like, listen, I know the things for me, for a man that's gonna be with me, his mindset has to be on entrepreneurship. He had to embrace what it was that I was doing. He had to embrace reading a book and being able, and not because I was trying to control him, because I know he could not push me to a place that I was trying to go to if he ain't never been. That if with him being working around regular everyday people that's working a 9 to 5, guess what he was gonna be talking about? The 9 to 5. He wasn't gonna talk about no extra stuff that I'm doing, which was gonna be which was gonna lead to a strain on the relationship. Even when him and I got together, even when him and I reading books and exchanging knowledge, and when we start going to seminars, he was like, "Oh, this is what Andrew's talking about. This is the tribe of people." But then when he would go back around his other familiar people, guess what? They tried to minimize it again. And sometimes it worked. Certain times those people put those fear and doubts in your mind to think, "Oh, Demetrius, you dreaming too small. You dreaming too big. That can't happen to you. You in South Carolina. You in Georgia, you in California." They think it can happen for everybody else, but it can't happen for you. So I'm saying all that to say, Demetrius, to Jamie, if he had to change her environment, he had to change who he was around, slowly introduce and make that a part of her world, they still would be together. But when you're
I
gonna
agree with you
do
about that.
when you
Go ahead,
gonna
I agree with you. I agree with you
yeah,
about that.
when you gonna do things and it's new, you don't keep your family isolated. You don't keep your family and say, "Oh, well, this is gonna be me and I'm gonna be over here." No. When you are married and you become joined, that's why in the Bible it says the husband and wife leave from their mother and father and he cleaves to his wife. The reason why God is majority of the scriptures in the Bible, it is about family. And the reason why he knew that it was gonna be a husband and a wife and being able to get together and be in bondage and being able to be in alignment. Why do you think he said unevenly yoked? He know he said it can't stand. Because Demetrius, if I'm going left and you going right, that's how the marriage ended the first time. But think about it. If you and I was on the same mindset, even with me being young, if you had brought me on in and say, "Hey, Andrew, we gonna build this house and we gonna use the land as collateral," guess what? I was on board because I didn't know anything else. But time you start going through the opposite direction and you start saying, "Oh, well, you know what? It's me. This is my house. This is my stuff." And time you start being isolated, it is ground for division. Ground for division. And you have to be able to be aware that, Jamie, that new levels, new devils. And it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. But if you all going the same way, Demetrius talk about it a lot. He was like, "Angie, do not be the weakest link. Angie, whoever the person is, they know who to come through the weakest link. And when we are talking about the weakest link, we talking about it can be your finances. We can talk about it can be your health. If you don't be strong, and Demetrius not fighting that battle now. 1 minute is him, the next minute is me. Our relationship different now from when we got married the first time. Now we having to go get medication runs. Now we talking about grandchildren. Now we talking about legacy. Now we having to talk about, okay, what's our choice if one of us was to pass away before the other one? The conversations are different, Demetrius. But you
That's
have to
exactly
get
right.
you have to get in alignment with somebody who is moving in the direction that you're moving if you want more. And like Demetrius said, you didn't say that y'all was divorced, so I'm gonna take it that y'all just separated, and which means to me y'all still got a chance to get together. Well, hey, even if you divorced, Demetrius now that was divorced, it still came.
But hey, you say you got that money, you know she probably looking. I
Yeah,
hear she.
yeah, and I'm like I said, and I'm sure. Because all this time while you've been waiting for the settlement, while you've been waiting and you know the strain, Jamie, don't be one of those people. You make sure she's living good, and you, even if y'all decide not to get back together, you make sure you take care of her. You make sure you do that part because again, you cannot plant and you could not have been successful with what you were doing if it wasn't somebody behind the scene making sure the other bills, got paid, with making sure everything else. And I think that's where people get absent-minded at because they forget the bridge that brought them over. They forget if it wasn't her paying the light bill, paying the rent, paying the mortgage, buying the food when you didn't have anything. But don't be one of those people that, even if y'all, split and can't see eye to eye, and like you said, you become a millionaire, it's not gonna hurt you to make sure you do well, even if you and her have to go separate ways.
I
That's
think he
what.
said he almost won it. He said almost.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Well, that's way more than I'm at. Hey, how much some man? Did he say he had kids? I mean,
I didn't see kids in here. Again, when we get some of these letters in, we Demetrius and I would be needing a little more information, because it's hard to make a judgment off these, emails when like kids will change the dynamic of what Demetrius and I gonna say. Because if you got small children, then sometime for the betterment of the family, you have to still kind of put your good foot forward. But if they're grown children, and when I'm saying grown children, I'm talking about adult children, teenagers and above that kind of understand, that kind of got have a little bit of independence, then they can understand that mommy and daddy, have decided to just co-parent. And so it's changed the dynamic of the relationship.
yeah, I'm gonna add to that. I asked about the kid now. What about me? You got a little different. Just a small different view.
Okay.
I heard you say that she was paying. I'm gonna ask you a question. Say she wasn't paying. Say he was just struggling paying everything. He said I heard he was in a car wreck. Got some money. I don't know where he got to work or was she working. But I'm gonna put it like this: I can do both sides. If she was paying bill, man, Jamie, and she was helping when you were down, even though she gone, man. Like my wife say, help out, man. Look out for her.
Yeah, do right.
Yeah. But man, I'm gonna go the other way. Man, you were paying she wasn't working helping you at the time. You were doing everything on your own now. You were the head charge man in charge, and she couldn't handle the pressure now, and she left. I don't know, man. Angela, I don't know about that now. I can't be just helping out somebody left me for dead. I'm paying doing what I can, and she left. Now she was helping. Now I agree with you. How you
I
feel about
like
that?
I like I just said, if she was a provider at any point in the relationship, yes,
Yeah,
she is entitled to it.
yeah, I
I
agree with
don't
that.
exactly.
How
Like I
about she
said,
won?
if he had the car accident and she just left and left him for dead, no, I don't think she hadn't did anything. When I needed you the most, Demetrius, you left.
That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Yeah, you
You was
go.
not the
Let
bridge.
me. Yeah.
I am speaking of anybody who was the bridge over troubled water. If you were the bridge and you helped me, if you helped me and I got, even for me, say Demetrius, you put me through nursing school and then I decided to say, well, Demetrius, I done met somebody else. You put me through nursing school. And if you needed help, you don't think I suppose part of me not gonna feel a little obligated?
Yeah, but people wouldn't do it. You know they wouldn't do that.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't. But I know for me, I made a pact with myself. And I know for the people that had helped me over the way, I knew I could not. Cause all you have, what did you tell our son? All you have is your word, son.
Your word. Yeah, your word. Yeah.
If all you have is your word, then you do it and you honor what you say, even if it's gonna inconvenience and hurt somebody. You inconvenience yourself and you help that person out because you let them know, hey, I know because of me, you bent over, you gave X, Y, and Z. The time, I mean, even for me when I was in nursing school, Demetrius and I needed something to eat. And it was people who went ahead and made sure I ate. Or with some study groups that I didn't have money. When I'm saying have money, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
a lump sum to be kind of tied up, it's other than being tied up on bills, but for no extra stuff. But when they brought like other foods and other snacks, Demetrius, when it came time that I did have, I made sure I repaid the people who bought the snacks that when I didn't have money for snacks.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. That's right.
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who along the way, and some people, Demetrius, God already have shepherds along the way to be able to help people. You remember, Demetrius, when you went to Canada and you had just got your job restored and you was talking to the Uber driver? And I think
Yeah.
did she lose her job or something?
Oh
Okay.
man, so long ago.
Yeah, something significant happened. But I remember you going to Facebook and you made a post about it that got shared and touched so many people because you said that you was able to relate that you didn't have any money to give no tips. You didn't have any money. But when your job was restored, you was able to leave her a little more than normal because you know what it felt like.
That's
And
right.
that lady, when you did that, that lady
I
was
remember
able
that.
to, yeah, so the lady was able to come in. That's what I'm talking about. That when you have a little bit more, do a little bit more. It's the music. So many people, they don't. If this lady left him just because he was in a car accident, I don't know if it left
Sound
him.
like you were struggling. Like would you read like you saying that she wanted something right now. He couldn't provide. He was trying to hold on.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. And she said, "Hell with that." That's how it sound now, ma'am.
But
I don't know
like,
you.
but again, Demetrius, like I said, if she did that and just up and left in the valley of when things is it just like the scriptures say, the vows for rich or for poor. Why do you think God made sure they put that in there? They put that in there because they knew it was gonna be some days Demetrius' money wasn't gonna be. It was gonna be a scarcity. And I mean, this is for this what I'm speaking now is for anybody, not just for Jamie. It's for Angie, for Demetrius. It's for anybody. My mother-in-law used to always tell me, Angie, put something up for a rainy day.
Yeah.
She still will say that to this day. Angie,
Yeah.
you tell Week, put something up for a rainy day. It's not gonna always rain. It's the sun gonna shine on your side all the time. When you are not aware and you keep getting up every day operating off your own existence, you're not giving any gratitude to God or whoever your higher power is. You're not giving any gratitude saying, God, you know what? Thank you that I have this significant other to being able to do that. If we start being a little more grateful, Demetrius, then a lot of us wouldn't have um, the arguments or the fights or the infidelity things that we have because we will be a little more grateful. And I'm saying it because, we still work in progress, every day. But being able to look at life and being able to be thankful that I have somebody to go through this with, that even though we're struggling, I'd rather for both of us to be struggling. I don't want Jamie to have money and I don't have anything.
That's
That
right.
is not how, in my belief, that is not how a relationship should run. I should feel, and evidently, Jamie, you didn't make her feel this way. And I don't, like I said, I don't know enough detail. But if you had money or was coming up to something, then that was your way to communicate to her, to let her know where you was. Bring her in on it. Don't just isolate herself. Bring her in. You all, I'm saying it because Demetrius and I do talk about stock. That I had joined a group on in 2023. Demetrius and I went to one event in 2018. We didn't take it serious, so it was out. But in 2023, I had joined this group because I was like, okay, finances, I need to get myself together with finances, do a little bit better. I got into group. I paid it to get in this group $497 to get in the Stocks and Stilettos. Is the name of the stock group. The lady was telling me and not just me, those of us who was in the executive VIP part of the group. She was telling us to invest in public storage. The mission she kept telling us, public storage, public storage, public storage. I got frustrated. I was going to the meetings and I was with TD Ameritrade. Demetrius had signed, put myself and set my account up, did everything, but it seemed like it was over my head. So guess what I did? Even paying my money, even sometimes showing up to class, Demetrius, I wasn't interested. So guess what? I just gracefully paid that lady for almost $500 and didn't take it serious.
Hey, it's break time. I'm gonna add to that. What you just say when we come back, yeah, I'm gonna add to that.
Okay. All right, you all. This is the Lee Life Experience Podcast. Welcome back. This is the Lee Life Experience Podcast. And if you are just now tuning in, let me bring you up to par. We are talking with Mr. Jamie, and he emailed us, and he wanted to give you all a little bit of a kind of a story that is a little bit some of us may have experienced it, and then at the end he telling you don't let go of your dreams, or something that you hold dear to your heart. Don't let it go even when people think the opposite of what you do. He said his name is Jamie. He's emailing from Miami, Florida, and he wanted to share about his roller coaster ride these last couple of years. That in 2024 his life made a dramatic turn because his ex-wife left. And so evidently they divorced them because he say ex-wife. So his ex-wife left him. So yeah, they are divorced,
The divorce.
Yep, they are already divorced. And because she just couldn't handle the financial strain. Say they had been going through this for 2 years prior because he finally received a settlement from a car accident in 2022. He invested the money into the stock market, believing that it wouldn't pay off. And again, fast forward to 2025, which is 3 years later, he's saying that now he's writing because now he's saying he's closer than what he was before. The investments against all odds, he's saying thank you to the investments that he's on the brink of becoming a millionaire. It's incredible how life can change and shift when you stay committed to your vision. So he letting you know that he took a loss. He went through the financial strain. He kept encouraging his wife, "Hey, listen, stay in. This is gonna work this time." But of course, 3 years is a long time to be pushing a dream. You eventually gonna have to start making some kind of maneuvering something. But long story short, now they are divorced, and now he's on this journey. He's saying it's closer than what he thinks. I would have loved for this letter to have ended with him becoming a millionaire, saying that, because when you're saying your brinks, the only thing that let me know you still hoping, wishing, dreaming, praying.
Well, shit, almost died, you say.
Well, Demetrius, we know how close that is. I mean, come on. We know how close that is.
Hold on, before you get started, I want to add on something you say. We went on break, y'all. We're not talking. Add on to it. My wife was talking about like learning stock that this lady had taught her, but she didn't take it serious. The woman gave her the
blueprint,
but she didn't take it serious. And I want to say, you, Jamie, it means out there, you got your wife, y'all in project and stuff, and your wife's in project. Try to bring your wife along with you and let her be a part of it so she can understand your journey. A lot of people don't know what you be going through. When you're doing business or stock, but I got Angie, I do a little stock, but I got her in there with me. So she see my vision. She got her own vision in it. So we got ideas. So if I say, look, it's going to hit this week, month, she got idea what I'm talking about, Jamie. So your wife, your ex-wife, you said your ex-wife didn't understand what you were doing, man. She didn't. I can tell you when you wrote that she didn't believe in your vision, so she got frustrated. Like I said earlier, now. But next time you relationship, anything you doing, man, men's out there, women too. Let your husband be a part of what you got going on. If you got a business, let him be a part of the business, for he can feel like he taking part of it. Feel like he heals too, and he'll do better with it. Same thing, man, with women. Bring them in whatever you doing that to generate money. If you can't, let them be a part of it. So they can see, especially if they ain't doing good, because they ain't gonna understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
I want to just show this
I just
book.
want to say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to just show this book. Cassandra Cummings is her name, And
Coming
I
out,
know,
man. Go,
yeah,
bring that limo. I want to think me doing that. All right, let's get pop
yeah.
with there.
Okay.
Good spot.
So, yeah, Cassandra, and it's saying fearless financing. But anyway, that is the lady who owns. Owns a free, um, Facebook group that's called Stocks and Stilettos. But she do have a paid version. So once you get into the free version and you want to know, get down a little deeper. Again, I'm just only telling you my experience. So when Demetrius came and he started being, start talking about it this year, and I was like, oh, it made me tap back in, like, wait a minute. Like I said, him and I was not talking like we're talking now about stock because again, I said it kind of like briefly, that I'm in this group, but he wasn't pushing the issue because he wasn't as in, he did a little bit, but not enough to really make any movement behind it. So, the conversation wasn't at the dinner table all the time. Now this is a daily conversation, almost an hourly conversation. So I'm just only saying, Jamie, again, piggybacking off what Demetri said. When you or your wife, or a wife, if it's you and your husband seem like he's not uninterested in what you're doing, bring him in if he would like. Show him how he could be part of your journey. That way, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't work my husband. I be with him all the time, and we in business together." I beg to differ because again, if you all button heads and you all don't communicate well, yeah, that will bring friction. But one thing about, Demetrius and I, like I told him, he find what works for him. I find what works for me. And I feel like for me, I'm in healthcare. So I can focus more on healthcare stocks where Demetrius can focus more on crypto. So being able to see what we bring to the table, and that way when we do make a conversation, we making conversation that he interested in it because he don't know nothing about, the healthcare part, and being able that when he talking, I can listen because I don't know nothing about what it is that he learned. So unless it's something that we done found out together and then we can add to it and like, hey, this is what my feedback is. That I went as far as making him a notebook. I printed out, printed off some sheets like, hey, Demetrius, write your stuff down so you'll know, so you won't be all over the place, learning, getting some YouTube videos, learning some tutorials. That way you can bring in. So because again, you all, if you don't do it that way, it's gonna make you resentful of that person, and you all will be fussing, arguing, and you will not move forward. And guess what? God don't like division. God do not like division. So if you really truly trying to move forward and you want to have a kind of like a different outcome, then Jamie, I know he would love to have his wife on this journey with him for the becoming a millionaire. Nothing's better than both of you all knowing the putting y'all blood, sweat, and tears, knowing how long it took for us to get to this journey for the reward. You don't want to get up there. I don't care how much money you have. It is people who have money, and guess what? They still lonely and miserable. You don't want to have money, being lonely and miserable, having health issues that you cannot do anything about because you have money. Look, think of Steve Jobs. Had money, guess what? And you know what his big commodity was? Go and look for you. Go YouTube that about a dream. What YouTube said to those students at his last final commencement speech to some students about finding your passion and finding your dream. He had all the money. They could not do anything with that cancer. So that's the reason why I'm telling you, you can sit up here and be a millionaire if you want to, Jamie. And you can sit and say, oh, well, I got money. I can do all that. But if your health come and you don't have nobody to trust because everybody that came around you because of the money, it'll be superficial. And guess what? When the money go, they will be gone. So I would rather have some people around me, Demetrius, that has enjoyed the journey with me, that have genuine love for me. That way, when the money run out, they'll still be there. I don't want to get superficial people and get these newfound friends with money, and then now you got to worry about sleep. You can't sleep because you don't know who's there for counterfeit and who's there being authentic.
Yeah, Jamie, I add with that too. 100 Barnes talking about. I got a friend of mine. His wife, she do a lot of business. She make a lot of business moves, and she run her own business and stuff. And he like me, he work. But he got an idea what she doing. So he know when she make the move, he know, he can see her vision.
Mm-hmm.
And he support her vision. It's like he in the dog. And you say, well, I said to you, Jamie, next time you do something, I agree what you're doing. I applaud you how you do what you're doing. But bring your spouse, a girlfriend, a wife, now when you get anything you're doing, bring them in part of it, man. Just give them an idea for they can see what you're talking about. It's more easy to get somebody if you can show them what you're doing and what you're trying to go. They might don't believe you can do it, and they might can. But at least they can see what you're trying to do. You know, they can watch you move. Like I said, my buddy of mine, I say, if what his wife do, and I say, he worked like me. He go to work, but he watch, he tell me. He see what you're doing, you know, the vision, and he let her handle it. He just come in when she need him. When she need him, he'll step in. I mean, what you saying, everything right about that, you know, because you can't, like my wife was saying, like, I ain't want nobody to get caught in the money conversation because you can't take that money with you. Something happen to you, man. That money be gone no time, man. You get sick. I mean, I don't want no money like that. I would have my health any day some money.
That's
I can tell you
right.
that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamie probably said, "What y'all talking about health?" I ain't say. I know you didn't write in that, but I understand you keep that focus, man. Trying to keep a healthy relationship and keep yourself healthy going forward with yourself. And like I say, I don't know who you gonna pick, or you got another woman or not, but please, if you still doing stock, man, I'm pulling for you. Hey, man, shoot me an email, man. You don't mind, man. Hey, let me know. It's Apple or Amazon, whatever it is. Let me know. But man, look at no. See if you got a new woman or whatever. Bring a part of it, man. Teach it. Like I said, that's what me and my wife do. You know, I try to show my son, his girlfriend. Right now, they ain't into it right now. My daughter took a little bit to hold to it a little bit. So I just try to put everybody in. So when I get to talking, I won't sound so, you know, like, what is he talking about? I want them to have this idea of where I'm going with this conversation. Kind of like, you know what I'm talking about now, Jamie. You know what I'm talking about. Because you do stock, you know exactly what me and my wife talking about. What do you think,
Well,
Honey Bun? What you
I
think
want
about that?
no, I want to go ahead and I want to piggyback on it, before we go ahead and end. Jamie, I want you to also being able to look at, your bigger picture. You didn't say how old you were, but I'm just gonna say if you somewhere a little younger than Demetrius and I, be
I'll be
looking
about
at
30 something, about
yeah,
close to 40. Jamie.
yeah, be looking a little bit at legacy. And the reason why I'm saying that because if you look back at just think back when COVID happened. A lot of African American people didn't get what they could have entitled long as they had been in business because they never did form it correctly. They never did get the business with an entity. They never did get it structured correctly. So with you becoming a millionaire and I hope not just be investing in stocks, but if you doing things and you leaving things for in your name, think about how many people die with their dreams. And that's why they say the richest place is in the world is the graveyard because so many people died with their dreams unfulfilled. So I'm saying all that to say go out and being able to open up things, being able to make it a family affair. If you drop the ball with, your ex-wife, moving forward, whoever, you decide to be with, make sure you all are sitting at that table and y'all vision are in alignment because
Yeah.
I think so many people getting together and their things are not in alignment. That the man doing one thing, the husband doing one thing, the wife doing one thing, the girlfriend doing one thing, the boyfriend doing another, and they been together for years and years. But when one of them die and they were the creator of the business died right there. All that
Well,
work they had did with the community, all those things in the legacy. But I want you to think about Heinz ketchup.
I catch up.
I want
Oh,
you
yeah,
to think
but
of yeah, I want you to think about the businesses that been around Chick-fil-A. That man left it in the blueprint. He already left those things and his kids is living off that. And guess what? During the pandemic, do you know what restaurant stood above everybody else? Chick-fil-A, because they was already doing service outside. They were already coming through the drive-through outside to speed up the service. So I'm just only saying to you that when I know you coming into wealth and you being able to grow your wealth, because Demetrius and I we talked about this as well. We have had money. Demetrius and I have had came into a lot of money before, several times, but keeping the money is what our problem is. So you just said you're on the brink of becoming a millionaire. We want you to go ahead and read books and go to seminars how to be able to keep your money. Not doing all the spending and you see it, but how you'll be able to circulate that money so it grows for you to grow more. And I can tell you, number one, investing in yourself would be number one, being able to learn. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And so, Demetrius, I'm going to let you close out on that.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, thank you for writing it in, man. And I wish you good luck. Hey, man,
Updates.
I'm saying, man, hey, send me an update, man.
Yeah.
With the stock picks, man. I sure appreciate it, man. And yeah, man. Just hanging there, man. And I'm proud of you, man. Because I don't know how old you is. I don't know where you know. I know you're from Miami, but you down with that? Hey, you down with the money, at, brother? Just hanging there. And send us some updates. Let us know how you coming out. And please, share this podcast with your friends and family, and let them know the lead life experience. Hey, we love y'all. We love stories like that, man. It sounds like you got to come to a good ending, man. Especially a good ending story. I don't know the good ending for your ex-wife, but I know the good ending for you, brother. And I say all that to say, man, thank you again. Appreciate y'all and the people listen to the podcast. Hey, hit the like button, man. Hit the algorithm on YouTube. What's it called, Andrew? Thing we put it on.
And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
And the thing we use, what thing? I can't say it now. Yeah, the podcast, Apple, yeah.
Oh.
The Apple podcast, yeah. I appreciate y'all that too. Listen to us on riding with us to work, man. I appreciate y'all for that. That's all I want to say on the button. Tell them we're coming back with some more stuff for them.
All right, this is the Lead Life Experience Podcast.
Hi, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed the episode so far. You are here with the Lead Life Experiences. And remember, if you want to get your topics discussed or get our opinion or our perspective, join us at Texas at 833-370-1608 and put relationships in the comment.